Welcome to the Explainer. So, you're dreaming of relocating and building that perfect home in Panama. Now, you might be bracing yourself for a highly stressful process, right? Battling language barriers, crazy weather delays, budgets just running wild. But honestly, it absolutely doesn't have to be like that. Today, we're opening up the Confident Builder's Playbook. We're going to reframe this whole journey. It's not a stressful gamble. It's a completely manageable, confident, and highly structured process. You don't need luck to build your dream home. You literally just need the right framework.
Let's just dive right in. We'll be breaking down the SED Homes LatAm approach today. Their philosophy is deeply rooted in this beautiful connection to nature, but practically speaking, it's a rock-solid framework designed to bring absolute predictability to your new life abroad. They specialize in keeping all those crazy moving parts, your land, the design, the budget, organized from day one. That way, you can actually enjoy the journey of creating your home. Imagine that.
So, here's our exact roadmap for today. We'll cover the holistic building approach, designing for Panama's climate, moving from land search to concept, the huge advantage of factory manufacturing, and finally, delivery, installation, and handover. 5 clear stages to turn your tropical concept into a move-in ready reality.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the holistic building approach, and why thinking of your build as a connected system is the foundation for a totally stressful project.
You know, what's really fascinating about this holistic approach in practice is how it completely flips the script on the disjointed, traditional way of building. You're not just hiring an architect, tossing some plans to a builder, and then trying to figure out the interiors months later. No way. Instead, you treat your future home as one living, breathing, connected system from the absolute start. Design, construction, infrastructure, interiors, they are all planned together so every single piece just fits perfectly.
And this mindset brings us to a huge point of friction for so many future expats. You're probably wondering, can I actually start the design work before I fully purchase the land? Well, the reassuring answer is yes, you absolutely can. You don't have to sit around waiting in limbo. You can actually start conceptualizing your layouts, your built-in storage, and those dreamy outdoor living areas way before the land is even finalized. The trick is, your lifestyle priorities dictate the design first, and then you find the perfect plot of land to match that exact vision.
Moving right along to Section 2, designing for Panama's climate, where we look at the environment as your proactive partner, not an obstacle.
Okay, the crucial takeaway here is that the heat, the humidity, and those heavy tropical rains, they aren't just weather. They directly dictate practical, early decisions that keep your home stable and super low maintenance. Listen, heavy rain in Panama isn't an afterthought. We're talking about rain that literally goes sideways. That demands smart roof shapes and big overhangs straight from the drafting table. High humidity means you absolutely need optimized airflow to let the house breathe. That strong sun dictates exactly where your windows should go, and the tropical climate makes strict moisture control materials completely non-negotiable. And taking a look at this, we see another huge reality of the climate down there: self-sufficiency. Depending on your property, you might be planning for rainwater collection, filtration, or battery backup and inverter systems that seamlessly keep the lights on during an outage. By baking these systems into that holistic plan early on, you're creating a self-sufficient sanctuary from day one. It's so much better than trying to awkwardly retrofit complex plumbing and wiring into a finished house later on.
That brings us to Section 3, from land search to concepts. Let's see how all these ideas actually get grounded in reality.
Let's say you found that gorgeous sloped lot in a place like Montana Verde. Here's the 3-step process for grounding your vision. Step 1 is discovery and property search, where we refine those general layout directions you had before even buying the land. Step 2 is a strict site assessment. This means systematically evaluating the access, the terrain, the slope, and the drainage of that specific lot. And step 3 is concept development. We test those early layout ideas against the actual land, tweaking things for orientation and light. Honestly, by strictly assessing the terrain before finalizing the concept, you dodge those nasty, super expensive surprises, like realizing your dream layout needs massive earth moving. Nobody wants that.
I really love this quote straight from the Seed Roadmap because it's just so profoundly reassuring. Nothing is locked in straight away. It's more of a back-and-forth process where we adjust things until the plan feels right and practical. How great is that? Your conceptual design isn't rushed. You get the breathing room to let the layout organically evolve right alongside the land. You're never forced into a permanent decision until the plan feels 100% right for your lifestyle.
Next up is Section 4, the factory manufacturing advantage. This is basically the secret weapon for structuring the chaos of a build. Picture a traditional build for a second. You've got raw materials sitting fully exposed to a week of Panama rain, trades waiting around for each other, and chaotic site management that just drags your timeline out for months. Now, flip that script. With factory manufacturing, your home is built in a perfectly controlled indoor environment. Materials are completely protected from moisture, so you get consistent premium build quality. Plus, and this is massive, you get parallel site preparation. While your beautiful structure is safely being built indoors, all that messy foundation and drainage work is happening at the exact same time on your property. It saves an incredible amount of time and just totally removes the weather risk.
Now, you might be wondering about the structures themselves. They use modular units in 20, 30, and 40-foot sizes so they perfectly fit standard shipping dimensions. That makes transport and logistics super efficient. But, and this is a really big but, you keep total customizability. Even though the underlying structure uses standard dimensions to make moving it easy, your interiors, your premium finishes, and your exact layout are completely customized to you. It's a bespoke home, definitely not a one-size-fits-all box. Let's move to our final stage, Section 5, Delivery, Installation, and Handover, where it all comes together.
This schedule right here, this is your ultimate playbook for financial clarity. No guesswork at all. You start with zero formal fees during the discovery phase. When you assess the site, it's accredited $1,500. Then, as you move to a contract, you know exactly how your money is deployed. 50% when factory production begins, 20% at factory completion, another 20% at delivery, and that final 10%? That's only when the handover is completely finished and the keys are literally in your hand. Every single step is clearly tied to a tangible milestone.
So once those completed modules are finally delivered to your lot, we enter the final phase, site integration. This is where the magic happens. Final utility connections, exterior finishing, and really rigorous system testing. This final on-site work transforms that manufactured structure into your breathing, living space. The team hooks up the power, tests out those solar and rainwater systems to make sure everything is flawless, and finishes the outdoor integrations so the home feels perfectly settled into that stunning Panamanian landscape.
As we get ready to wrap up, I want to share this incredibly powerful thought from the Seed Roadmap. There is no need to rush decisions unnecessarily during this stage. In most cases, the process works best when things are allowed to develop steadily and logically. That perfectly sums up the exact mindset you need for international construction. It's really not a race. It's a carefully orchestrated, well-planned process meant to give you total peace of mind.
Which brings us to our final takeaway today. True confidence comes from systemic preparation, not speed. Building your dream home in a new country shouldn't feel like a leap in the dark, right? By embracing this holistic, factory-driven approach, you're completely eliminating the gamble. So I'll leave you with this. Are you going to let your dream home be a victim of tropical unpredictability, or are you going to build it with absolute certainty? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you next time as we dive into more fascinating topics.